Hi everyone, welcome back. We're going to do another Leetcode today, and today we're going to do the Excel sheet column number. So if you've ever used Excel before, you know that they have columns and each column is represented by a letter. So if you know how it's organized, so basically it's going A to Z. So A will be the first and Z will be the 26th column, and then it will start at AA, and there will be 27 AB and so forth. So we have to look at this column title and we have to return its position, so its corresponding column number. So how do we actually approach this? We can actually take inspiration from the binary number system. So if you look at the binary number system, if you want to convert it to a decimal number, so for example, in binary numbers, we have either 0, which is obviously 0, and then we have 1, which is 1. So if we have, for example, 2 digits, 1 is actually 3 in decimal number, and 10 is 2. It's 2. Okay, so basically how do we derive this decimal number from the binary number is basically we have each position. We can say, okay, 2 to the power of 0, so that is the first digit. And then let's look at the number 2 to the power of 0, and we have to multiply it by the value of that digit, and that is 0. And then we look at the second digit and we say 2 to the power of 1. So that is 2 to the power of 1 because that is the digit. We can look at it as 0 index. So the first one from the right is 0, then the second one from the right is 1, and then it go 2, 3, 4, and then we multiply it by the value of it. And then if you look at this, 2 to the power of 0 is 1, and you multiply by 0, that will be 0, plus 2 to the power of 1 is 2, times 1 is 2, so we get 2. So that is how you convert the binary number into a decimal number. So how do you actually use this to solve our problem? So for example, we have a column number A and B, so column AB. So how do we actually convert this to a number? Is basically you can use the same formula, but since A and B, the base, so the number of values is not 0 or 1. There are 26 different values. So what you have to do is you have to take 26 to the power of the digit position. So for example, B will be 0, and then you have to multiply it by the value of B. So the value of B is 2, and then you have to add A, which is, now you have to look at 26 to the power of 1 times A, which is 1. So this will be 26, and this will be 2, so we will have 28. And if you look at the example, that's exactly what we have for AB. The output is 28. So ZY, we can do the same thing, and I've already tried it. It actually gets that answer. So let's just look at how we implement this in the code. So we have to iterate through the column title, and we have to do it from the end. So basically we have a let I equal column dot column title dot length minus 1, and then we have I is greater than or equal to 0, and we just decrement I every iteration. And then in the iteration, we have to basically increase a value. So we can start that value at 0. And every time we can just add that, increase that value. So first we need the position from the last digit. So basically we have to say, okay, so how many digits from last was the position. from the last digit. So for example, this one will be column length minus 1 minus I. That would be from last, so we can just say 26 to the power of from last. And then next we need to find the value of the alphabet. So we can just create a string called alphabets. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with an underscore, and then I'm going to just put in all the alphabets in order. So JK, LMNO, P, URSTUV, W, X, Y, and Z. And okay, so the reason why I am putting this underscore at the first position is because, as you know, in JavaScript, strings are zero index. So if we're looking at this alphabets index, if you put just A as the first, then A equals 0, but A is actually equal 1, and then everything is basically plus 1. So that's what I want. So it's to get the position, we can just say alphabets. We need to find the index of the column title of I, so position I, and then we can just multiply that position, and then we will have the answer. So we can just return the answer, and this should work. So this one can be a constant, so changing. Okay, so let's just run this and see if it works. Okay, so the test case passed. Let's submit it. And as you can see, this actually is accepted. So basically this one has a space complexity of O of n. I guess if you're looking at this index of, it's going to search the whole string. So I guess you can say it might also take up another, unless since it is a string, so basically the access will be O of 1. So it still remains an O of n, O of 1, O of n basically. And what you can do if you don't want to actually write up this alphabet string, you can just say, okay, instead of that, what we can do is we can look at the column title of I, and we can just look at the character code. So character code, and then we can just subtract by 64, and you will actually get the position of the alphabet, and you will no longer need to use this. So if we run this, not only does it actually get accepted, since you're using this char code add, you're actually trying to access that in the position, so it will be a runtime of O of 1, so it doesn't affect the runtime. And then we can also not have that alphabet string. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also press the bell for your notifications. If you have any questions about this problem, just drop a comment down below. We'll do more Leetcodes in the future, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next video.